Alright, what's up everybody? Welcome back to more 428 Shibuya Scramble. My name is Raven from the Sky, and let's continue. The sales clerk continues to stare at me. You know, you look really familiar, he says. Huh? Really? I perk up at that. Maybe I can find out something about who I am. Yeah, you totally look like some pop singer or TV personality. I just can't remember who. Oh, that's what you meant. My shoulders slump in disappointment. Look, if you're trying to flatter me, how about a discount on the necklace? Sure, okay. I mean, it's just something I picked up off the side of the road. Ho, ah, ho, ho. The sales clerk stammers for a moment. Okay, how about I take off 10,000, 30,000 and it's yours. You mean it? That perks me right back up. Guess I'm easy to please. Get your mind out of the gutter. That's not what she means. You know. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, 428. Sure, you look like you might need to buy some new clothes, too. He points to my sweater. Oh, it's ripped. There's a tiny tear in the left shoulder. So, what do you want to do about that? About the cat, the sales clerk adds. Want me to dispose of it for you? He gestures at my costume with his jaw. Oh, right. What should I do? Feel a little guilty about asking him to go out of his way for me more than he has already. Maybe I should deal with it myself. He honestly wants to help me. May as well have him get rid of the costume too. And then we'll get rid of the costume too. Sure, if you don't mind, I say. I pay him the 30,000 yen, take the necklace, and leave the knick-knack shop. A few minutes later, near the station, I spot a sort of mall. Checking the directory by the entrance, I see that it's got several clothing shops and an arcade inside. They probably sell shirts in here. I hurry on inside. The interior of the building is like a twisting maze of corridors, all of them overflowing with people. I take the escalator to the second floor and find myself amidst rows of arcade games. I was trying to get to the fashion area, but I must have gone the wrong way. Excuse me. You haven't seen a lost little girl, have you? I turn to see a miserable-looking middle-aged man, Toru Toyama. He got separated from his daughter Hana while running from debt collectors. He's on the edge, worried that the men who are after him might take Hana hostage. Have you seen her? A little girl about 10 years old? A girl around 10? Have I seen her? What's her name? Hana. Hana Toyama. Hana? Oh, that's a pretty name. So, she's about yay tall. The man launches into a rapid-fire explanation describing the girl's features, hair, and clothes. We got separated from her around Citrus. She likes this place, so I thought maybe she'd come here. Citrus? That's right. Now I remember. This is the guy I bumped into earlier in the afternoon while I was racing around in the cat costume. He got separated from his daughter? Yikes. If she did come here, it's not going to be easy to find her in the midst of these crowds. Are you sure she didn't go back home? I asked. Well, there's this problem, he mutters. Going home isn't an option. Well, that's not really an explanation. Sorry to bother you. I'll look around a bit more. With that, Hannah's father disappears into the crowd. I leave the arcade and head for the fashion area. I bump into Mr. Nagashita in a hallway lined with photo booths. Huh? Boss? What's he doing in a place like this? Oh, Tama, you're out of the suit. For some reason, he's got a bunch of magazines strewn across the floor. Yeah, finally managed to get it off. That's good. I wish you could have been at the sales demo without your face hidden away. What are you doing? You mentioned something about a creek earlier. Are you going on a trip? Yeah, I was, but then I remembered something important. I get motion sickness, something fierce. He sounds kind of proud of himself. So yeah, no trips for me. Heck, I don't even want to think about that now. What about the money you owe? Well, as it happens, I think I may have found my solution. Brings a hand to his mouth and giggles. Right here. I found a great way to make a killing. To earn a lot of money, usually in a very short time, and or with little effort. The phrase originated in the 19th century in reference to hunters who were paid based on the number of kills they made. He opens the magazines he's holding to reveal a scratch card with a potential 100,000 yen prize. You just gotta scratch off these to win 100,000 yen. All I need is 30 of them and my debt squared away. Each magazine I can nab is more money for me. Despite his enthusiasm, his story doesn't quite add up. Are those scratch cards guaranteed to win? No, of course not. It's a lottery sort of thing. Well then, having 30 copies of the magazines is hardly a foolproof solution. Look at her face. Quite the opposite, in fact, but I hold my tongue. Okay then, now that my goddess of fortune, Tama's here, let me hurry and scratch these suckers off. Nagashita begins fervently scratching away that first card with a coin. Oh, that one's a loser. Maybe the next one. Nope, that one's a loser too. Damn it. So is this one and this one. In a spectacular display, he scratches off one losing card after another. Soon, he's down to just one last magazine. You're not a very lucky person, are you? Oh, please don't say that. Mr. Nagashita looks like he's on the verge of tears. I stare at one of the losing scratch cards. You know, if you could just see the symbols through the card, you'd win for sure. Hold the card up to the light. When I do, I really can see the symbols through the card. Boss, I think I might have just... Shh. Interrupt me before I can share my shocking discovery. I look at him in surprise. Nagashita has gone all pale. Quiet, Tama. Those guys are here. He shoves me into a photo booth. Those guys? Debt collectors, he hisses. They just do not give up. He clutches the sides of his head. Peeking out of the booth, I spot a pair of men who look pretty rough around the edges. Is it those two? Shh, not so loud. I'm looking around and they're getting closer and closer. What do I do? Oh, what do I do? Mr. Nagashita starts getting panicky. Tama, what do I do? I have no idea. Oh, this is not good. This is not good. Getting involved with those thugs strikes me as a bad idea. I pretend not to know Nagashita and run off. This guy gave me a job. I kind of owe him. I look around for a better place for the two of us to hide. Fortunately, I don't really see anywhere it might work. It might be safer staying right where we are. Just said stay nice and still and we'll be fine. Yeah, you're probably right. The curtain is drawn so people can't see inside. But just to keep up appearances, we start taking photos as if we're normal customers. I really hope they don't look in here. Mr. Nagashita murmurs. What do we do if they find us? They won't. Just don't worry. Despite my reassurances, it was a while before he stopped trembling. Then he said, you know, Tama, they say that when a man and a woman meet under unusual circumstances, it's easy for them to fall in love. Uh-huh. Do they now? Do they now? They do. Going through an extreme situation together makes you fall for each other. So, want to get married? No way. Yeah, I am not having this conversation. Anyway, I think they're gone now. The collectors, I mean. Mr. Nagashita peeks out and quickly scans the surrounding area. They're gone? They're gone! Ha ha ha! So long, losers! His fear has given way to a burst of manic energy. Guess I'm in the clear now. Thanks, Tama. Come on. Let's take some commemorative photos. Huh? To commemorate what exactly? Come on, it'll be fun. Okay, big smile now. Ready? Cheese! Butter, margarine. After that, I part ways with Mr. Nagashita and head to a different floor. I don't tell him about being able to see through the scratch cards. The guy really ought to develop a proper work ethic. Hey, come on, wait up. I'm on the escalator to the 3rd floor when I hear someone shouting. I figure it's someone yelling to their kid, but when I turn to look, I see a young man I don't recognize staring right at me. Where are you going? It's not safe for us to get too separated. What? Who is this weirdo? Is this some new pickup trick or something? I rush up the escalator to get away from the guy. When I get to the restaurant section of the 4th floor, I'm hit with a sudden pang of hunger. Come to think of it, I haven't eaten a thing all day. I'm so hungry, I mutter to myself as I walk around. What should I eat? Then I spot Cheery coming out of a Chinese restaurant. Hey, Cheery! She turns to look at me, confused. Who are you? Oh, it's me, it's Tama. Ah, I thought I recognized that voice, she replies with a nod. Did you eat again? I ask. Well, yeah, but then they kicked me out. Isn't that just terrible? She looks pretty displeased. I came here because they said it was all you can eat, but then they closed shop because they ran out of food. Oh, wow, you're right. I spot one of the restaurant staff hanging a closed sign on the front door. Man, now my early afternoon snack is ruined. An afternoon snack? At an all-you-can-eat buffet? I can't help but to stare at Cheery midsection. Oh no, Cherry's midsection, amazed by what that stomach is capable of. By the way, have you seen the boss, she asks. I thought he finally accepted that he needs to buckle down and work, but he's got some new crazy scheme. Guess the guy's just never gonna learn. I figure nothing's good's gonna come from associating with him. I'd be careful if I were you too. Huh? Done with her little rant, Cheery says goodbye and heads off among the restaurants. Hitomi? Who said that? Were they talking to me? I turn to see a businessman of some sort staring in my direction. Like everywhere I've run into today, I don't recognize him. For some reason, though, I feel relaxed in his presence. Is that you, Hitomi? Hitomi? Could that be my name? Or are you Maria? No, As I fumble for words, the man peers at me with obvious concern. What are you doing in a place like this? We need to get you back home. Your parents are worried sick. My parents? Did someone file a missing person report while I've been wandering around with amnesia? The man leads the way, and I follow. We leave the GiGo building, but head down a narrow alleyway. Then the man suddenly stops. I feel a jolt of anxiety as I notice something gleaming in his hand. It doesn't matter which of the two you are. You're both in the way. He mutters almost as if talking to himself. Oh! Right after that, everything goes dark. Bad ending. A mysterious man. After meeting a man who seemed to know her on the restaurant level, our heroine hoped to find out more about her past. Instead, she wound up getting attacked in an alleyway. Ultimately, this all came to pass because she was avoiding that young man who mistook her for Hitomi. If he hadn't come shouting after her, she would have gone on to buy some clothes as she'd originally intended. Okay, so we got it. Okay, gotcha. Young man, that young man is Aichi. It's gotta be. Who else? So that was wrong. We supposed to begin, I guess, with Aichi. You must be Hitomi. The girl called Kanan spoke fairly fluent Japanese. Hitomi nodded in response. Yes, that's me. Now you're Kanan, right? How did you know my name? Did Maria tell you? Yes. She told me about this amazing girl from overseas she made friends with. A thin smile crossed Kanan's lips at the word amazing. Then her look grew sad. Poor Maria. It's my fault she was abducted. What? Aichi had told me gasp in unison. That's why I have to rescue her, Kanan asked. Hold on a second, Hitomi said. What do you mean it's your fault? She looks like Aichi. Kanan replied by jerking her chin in the direction of the main road. Better head that way, she said softly. Someone's coming. But Hitomi didn't back down. Please tell me. Why was my sister kidnapped? Oh! Several sets of footsteps echoed down the alley. They could see figures approaching now by the looks of them, accomplices of the man Kanan had taken down earlier. You two get out of here, she warned. I'll handle this. She stepped out in front of Aichi and Hitomi, moving with such confidence that they didn't doubt she could handle the threat. Come to the GiGo building at 3 o'clock, she added quietly, never taking her eyes off the advancing syndicate's members. Huh? They told me sweet. I'll explain everything then. The criminals broke into a run. Come on, Hitomi, let's go, Aichi hissed. He took her by the hand and bolted from the alleyway. The two didn't slow their pace until they put plenty of distance between themselves and the alleyway. Kanan said this was her fault. What could she have meant by that? The hard run had made Hitomi forget the other girl's startling suggestion. Well, she said she'll meet up with us again later, Aichi said. We can ask her more about it then. In the meantime, an ache in his belly had made Aichi realize he'd been running all day and hadn't eaten since this morning. People on a diet need to be careful about skipping meals. Going too long without proper nourishment can cause the body to store up its energy reserves, leading to weight gain instead of loss. Proper eating habits and proper exercise are key. Maybe it's not the best timing, but do you want to get some food? I'll be okay. And Tomi's face was racked with emotion. It's only natural, as she thought. Not only was she afraid for her sister's life, but there were all these people out to kill her too. And with this Kanan girl suddenly showing up, the situation was more confusing than ever. Still, they might as well address a few problems they could control. There's a fast food joint nearby, let's go there, Aichi said. You might not be hungry, but you should still make sure you stay hydrated. That's true. Hitomi shook her head, but her wan face practically radiated exhaustion. Come on, we should rest up a little. But there's no rush. If we're going to meet up with Kanan later, it's probably best if we don't just wander aimlessly until then. Never know who we might run into. Guess you're right. The two went to the fast food restaurant together. Welcome, said the girl at the register with the bright smile. May I take your water? I'll have the spaghetti with meat sauce. How about you, Hitomi? Spaghetti with meat sauce made from tomatoes and ground meat, also known as spaghetti bolognese. If you want to sound more Italian, like Napoleon spaghetti flavored with ketchup. It's a perennial favorite of Japanese children. Frozen packages at the supermarket for around 200 yen a pop make for a simple and decently tasty microwavable meal that's also easy on the wallet. I'll just have an iced tea. Hey now, you should probably eat at least a little something. Okay then, I'll have a strawberry parfait. A dessert of strawberries topped with ice cream and whipped cream. Tomi has been so worried about her sister that she hasn't eaten anything since last night. But being with Aichi has calmed her nerves a little, and her appetite has returned. Perhaps her reflexive order of a strawberry parfait is a sign that she's not only hungry, but also still a little girl with a sweet tooth at heart. She sounded a little embarrassed to be ordering a dessert. So yeah, said Aichi, one spaghetti and meat sauce and a strawberry parfait, please. Coming right up. The cashier promptly assembled their meal and set out on a tray. Set it out on a tray. We've got a special contest going on right now, she said. Please check it out if you're interested. The girl handed Aichi a flyer. It read, Iron Stomach Eating Contest. Eat 1,000 scoops of ice cream and win 10 million yen. Competitive eating event held by this establishment. Backed by Sun TV, the competition has been shared with the entire country over the internet. Many contestants have entered for a shot at a 10 million yen prize, but so far no one has been able to complete the eating challenge. Due to the large number of competitors who suffer from gastrointestinal distress as a result of their efforts, roughly 30 Portable toilets had been set up outside the restaurant. What the heck? What the? I actually stared at the flyer as he took a seat at an open table. 1,000 scoops? That's impossible. Anyway, let's hurry up and eat. Aichi had stuffed his face with spaghetti. He thought back to their encounter with Kanan. The girl had helped them out, sure. But could they really trust her completely? It might be dangerous to meet up with her again. Still, Hitomi needed to know more about what had happened to Maria. And Kanan obviously knew something about that. He looked like they need to take that risk. My sister really is amazing. Huh? Hitomi's quiet words drew Aichi from his ruminations. He paused with a fork full of spaghetti halfway to his mouth. My sister met Kanan while she was on a trip to the Middle East with my father. Hitomi nibbled at her parfait, looking lonesome. Cool, but how does that in particular make your sister amazing? It's typical of her, that's all. She's so dynamic and gung-ho about things. Hitomi explained, her gaze turned inward. It was just my father and sister who took that trip down to the Middle East. I didn't go with them. I guess my mental image of that part of the world is mostly that it's really dangerous. To me, going there seemed like a huge risk, but Maria didn't see it that way. Heh, your sister sounds like a bit of a loose cannon. But if you can't bring yourself to take risks, to do things, Hitomi continued, you can't meet new people and have new experiences. That's the part I always get hung up on, the risk. I'd never be able to take a friend like Kanan. Aichi's mind wandered as he listened to Hitomi talk. She and her sister might be twins, but each of them was still unique. Just what kind of person was Hitomi's sister? He just wanted to sit there and listen to her voice. He held up her hand and cut her off. Huh? Tommy's eyes went wide. Why are you comparing yourself to your sister? I mean, I don't know what it's like to be a twin. But can't you just be yourself? Professor Palmer said the same thing. I actually didn't recognize the name. Oh, sorry. Leland Palmer. He's my university English professor. He's giving me advice on a whole bunch of things. That sounded rather intimate. All sorts of worrying images shot through Aichi's mind. So what, how old is this teacher of yours? Huh? I'm around 40 or so, I guess. Great, Aichi thought to himself. Another middle-aged guy. Oh my god. His mind filled with another sequence of slightly more upsetting images. Oh hey, ain't that Hitomi Osawa? Oh wow, you're right. It totally is. A college-age couple sitting behind them were talking in hushed, excited tones. Man, she really is a cutie, the young man observed. He made no attempt to hide the fact he was looking Hitomi over. Hey, hold on, Masa, said the girl. What gives? A first-year student at Midoriyama Academy who works part-time as a delivery driver for Dogen Hut, a news shop on Dogenzawa. He's taking the day off work today in order to attempt a dry run of the Iron Stomach eating competition, hoping to strike it rich while his girlfriend looks on. But now that he's eaten 2 parfaits, his stomach isn't feeling well. And he's just gotten back from his 5th trip to the toilet. 5 trips? Well, I mean, she is Miss Midoriyama, right? Miss Midoriyama? Aichi turned to the couple. Hey, did you just say she's Miss Midoriyama? Aichi said nothing but kept his ears tuned to the couple's conversation. Aichi did his best to ignore the couple. Whatever they were talking about couldn't be that important. We're gonna do this. Aichi said nothing but kept his ears tuned to the couple's conversation. You sure that's her? Yeah, it totally is. No, it isn't. Isn't that Maria Osawa? Oh, huh, maybe. Either way, she's super cute. Hey now, Mesa, what gives? While doing his business there, he happened to spot a magazine on the wall rack. Flipping through it nonchalantly, he came across a potential 100,000 yen scratch card inside. Seeing that hadn't been scratched off, he considered trying for the prize, but then deciding that it was no time to press his luck, left the restroom without scratching it. Aichi turned back to Hitomi. Is that true? He asked, peering intently at her face. Well, yeah. She nodded with an awkward smile. Well, I mean, you are really cute and all. Miss Midoriyama, well, I'll be. He nodded to himself as he took it all in. It was Professor Palmer who convinced me to enter that beauty contest, actually. Hitomi said. The Miss Midoriyama contest at Midoriyama Academy is considered one of the top student beauty pageants in Japan. Pin-up shots of both Hitomi and Maria have already graced the pages of several magazines. Talent agencies have also made attempts to scout them, but both girls declined, claiming that they entered the contest just for the memories, that they have no interest in show business. Huh? Aichi's smile twisted up a little. He said if I really wanted to change myself, I should try entering. Aichi maintained his outward composure, but inside his heart was racing. Tanaka and Palmer, which of them held Hitomi's true affections? Or was she possibly leading on to middle-aged men at the same time? 2 more, he thought about it. Worse his delusions became. Said 2 more, the more. What actually happened, though, is my sister and I both won the prize. Hitomi's words snapped him out of his funk. She sounded disappointed. Huh? They gave out a double prize. Turns out my sister had entered the competition too. She smiled a self-depreciating smile. Self-deprecating smile. Guess twins really do think alike, huh? Hey, double scribble. You still won a prize, right? That's pretty impressive. Nah, they just picked me as an afterthought to my sister because twins sharing the prize made for a good headline. She looked away sadly. Did they say they picked you as an afterthought? They didn't have to. It was obvious that my sister really won. You can't know that. Maybe she was the afterthought. Come on. You need to believe in yourself. Hitomi just hung her head, but I'm such a terrible person. Suddenly her eyes welled up with tears. I hate myself so much. I can never forgive myself for what I did. Hey, whoa! Aichi watched her with trepidation. She looked like she might start bawling at any moment. What's the matter? The night my sister was kidnapped, I was supposed to go to a college party with her. Then all of a sudden she told me not to go. I kept asking her why not, but she just kept insisting I couldn't. Tommy's face was bleak with regret. We both got mad and wound up blowing up at her. Okay, I get it. I don't need to go to the party. Fine. I'd just be your little tag-along anyway. Just like in the beauty contest. You couldn't just let me enter that by myself, could you? You always have to be the center of attention. Maria scowled. Fine. The party starts at 7 o'clock. Try not to forget, okay? I was kicking myself as soon as I told her off. My sister isn't the sort of person to tell me what to do or not to do. She must have had a reason for not wanting me to go. I was planning on apologizing to her after the party, but then she was abducted, right? Archie polished off the last of his spaghetti. He set down his fork and wiped his mouth. He told me, I get why you're trying so hard to save your sister, he said. And maybe I'm not as tough as that Kanan girl, but I'll stick with you to the end if you let me. He tried his best to convey an optimism he didn't really feel. And once we found her, and she's safe and sound, you can tell her you're sorry about what you said. At long last, he told me cracked a smile. A short while later, the two arrived outside the GiGo building. They were early for the 3 o'clock meetup with Kanan. GiGo. They had decided searching at random for a blue minivan was too risky. It could easily draw the attention of the man, the Kane, or the foreign kidnappers. Getting information from Kanan seemed like the best next move. Oh hey, Archie said as they waited. You got a little rip in your top. Tommy glanced at her shoulder and saw the tearing fabric. Oh, you're right. When did that happen, I wonder? Must have snagged it on something while we were running, I guess. We've got some time before Kanan gets here. Do you want to buy some new clothes? Huh? Are you sure that's a good idea? We'll stick it out if we just stand around here waiting. Might as well head inside until it's time. Since many celebrities did their shopping at GiGo, there were back entrances for times when places were crowded. Everyone who frequented the old shopping district knew about them, including Aichi and Hitomi. In a pinch, one of those back entrances could be an escape route. With this in mind, the two headed inside. Shibuya GiGo was an entertainment complex featuring a video arcade and fashion shops. At the time of this story, GiGo includes not only a fashion mall, but various amusements on its different levels. The second floor features all ages fun with rides, games, and sticker machines, while the third floor sports the latest arcade games for the core gamer. Haha! My type of floor, third floor. There's also a food court that offers, oh yes, food. Offers things such as crepes, loaded takoyaki octopus dough balls. Oh, sorry, I'm plant-based. No octopus dough balls for me. But yeah, I'm digging the third floor though. Arcade. Not many of those are around anymore, you know. If you're a 90s kid, 80s baby, and 90s kid like me, those were all the rage back then, but kind of died out. The only ones that I know that are still around are you ever heard of, was it Davy Buster's or something like that? And then maybe some random arcades, maybe in a 7-Eleven or a Pizza Hut or, I'm trying to think. Any like random like, what's Sky Zone? Did you take kids Sky Zone? Jeepers, Chuck E. Cheese's, of course. Places like that, but strictly arcades as a standalone aren't really around in the States that much. They're damn near extinct. Like I said, the major one that's still around is Dave & Buster's. The ground floor and 2 basement levels of the building are designed as an amusement area, outfitted with skee ball, claw cranes, fighting games, and the like. Skee ball, huh? God, y'all remember that? The skee ball was at, yeah, I think skee ball was at Jeepers. It was at Chuck E. Cheese. God, skee ball, man, that's back in the 6 Flags. Arcade games are there too, but it's not a standalone. It's an amusement park with games. You see what I'm saying? The second floor held a mix of photo booths and ladies' wear shops. On the 3rd floor were specialty fashion boutiques, and on the 4th floor were restaurants. Aichi and Hitomi took the escalator to the 2nd floor. Hitomi started heading for the shops, but Aichi stopped her. Hey, wait up! What's the matter? Dude hanging around a woman's clothing store is gonna stand out. I'll wait for you here. There seemed to be nobody but female customers around. The man with the cane of the kidnappers appeared. Aichi figured he could spot them right away. It should be safe for Hitomi to shop on her own for a short while. Alright, Hitomi said. I'll try to make this quick. She began to head out onto the sales floor. Whew! A seedy looking man poked out from beneath the door of a photo booth right at Hitomi's feet. That was a close one, wasn't it, Town? He said to her. I thought I was dead meat for sure. His tone was oddly cheerful considering what he was saying. Who's this guy? Aichi asked. You know him? No, I don't. The sketchy fellow gave her an infuriating look. Come on, Tama, don't be like that. Hitomi took an anxious step back. Hey man, knock it off. Aichi dragged the guy up to his feet. Okay, no need to get all testy. Who's this guy, Tama? He's your boyfriend? Boyfriend? That guy might be one way to get rid of him. That might be one way to get rid of him, that's right. But how about you get lost? A bashful grin spread across Aichi's face. I guess. Aichi didn't want to give the wrong impression. Who's really gonna make us choose? Shoot. That's right. But Hitomi spoke up first. No, he's not. What? So you're not her boyfriend? The guy flashed a broad grin. Hey, listen, you creep. Who the heck are you? Oh, me? The man's face suddenly blanched. Oh, crap. Tama, hold on to this for a bit, will you? The widow shoved a worn-out magazine into Hitomi's hands, then bolted off in panic. What the heck was that all about? Yeah, I wonder why he ran off like that. Aichi and Hitomi stared at one another. Well, anyway, Aichi said, there are a lot of nut jobs out here, so just be careful, yeah? Okay. If anything happens, I'll give you a shout. Hitomi flashed him in an impish smile, then scampered off into the sales floor. As he watched her go, Aichi muttered to himself. Damn it. Why does she have to be so cute? Five minutes or more passed as Aichi waited for Hitomi. Like taking pictures and laughing and pointing, and this girl is like, what the heck? The girl on the left over there? He stood by the escalator almost as if he were keeping guard. Female shoppers began to give him icy stares for being somewhere he probably shouldn't. This sucks. Come on, Tommy, hurry up and get back here. The longer he waited, the more uncomfortable he felt. How long was she going to take? Then he happened to turn around and see Hitomi riding the escalator up. It looked like she had indeed bought some new clothes. Hey, Hitomi! She didn't seem to hear him. He decided to shout a bit louder. He decided to go after her. No, because if I go after her, that's what led to her getting that bad ending. So we'll just shout louder. Hey, come on, wait up. Oh. No. Wrong choice. I thought if he... Let's see. Has she forgotten where he was waiting for her? She stayed on the escalator heading up toward the top floor. Because if I had shouted, well, we saw what happened. I actually followed her, but by the time he reached the top, she was out of sight. This was the restaurant floor, so it was more open than the other levels. Or doesn't it sell for eateries, like a food court in a regular mall. Typically, this is the topmost floor of the mall building like GiGo. Those who head up here during morning hours will likely find the place deserted. GiGo's restaurant floor features a variety of different cuisines, including Chinese, Italian, creative Japanese food, sushi, tempura, and other delicacies from around the world. He hurriedly began to look around as he wandered. He bumped into a man talking on a cell phone. Sorry, my bad. I actually held up a hand in apology, but the man was too engrossed in his conversation to notice. No, you're not getting it. The lock was undone. The lock was undone too. The man startled Aichi by suddenly shouting into his phone. You need to consider the risk of getting it out. Whatever this guy was talking about, he sure was angry with whoever was on the other end. Look, I'll figure out what to do about the minivan. You just handle things on your end. Minivan? Aichi's interest was piqued, but he needed to find Hitomi before he let anything distract him. He scoured the fourth floor, came across a Chinese buffet, and noticed the large windows in its outer walls. You could see a lot of Shibuya through those windows. Maybe Hitomi had decided to look for the minivan from up here. One of the restaurant employees came rushing up as Aichi headed inside. Sir, I'm sorry, she said. Sir, you'll have to forgive the inconvenience. We're not open to the public, not right now. Not at the moment, I mean. The employee's voice was oddly subdued for some reason. Masai Taike, part-time staffer at Mbaki Chinese restaurant. Her boss chewed her out pretty bad for showing up at work with her nails manicured black. She was ordered to go to the restroom and scrub them clean. A no amount of nail polish removal was able to do the trick, and so she's been dealing with her boss' wrath all day long. Oh my God. Why not? Aichi asked. Well, you see, one of our other customers ate all our food. That all of it? Jesus! Looking around, Aichi saw a chubby young woman camped out at a table by one of the windows. Jesus, look how many plates is that? That restaurant's gonna be in the red. I know you guys think it's the latter, but it's actually the opposites. The restaurants want you to fill up. The most amount of money I think spent with the least amount of food consumed. You know what I mean? I know everyone's palate and everyone's tolerance is different, especially like if you work out rigorously like me, so my appetite would be bigger than the average person. So I get that. And weight does, add to it because, extreme athletes tend to weigh more than the average person. Thus, that makes your appetite even bigger along with the working out. Like you guys have seen The Rock's cheat days and cheat meals. It's like The Rock is 265 lean. That's how come he can put away all that food with all that muscle mass he's carrying around and all that working out he does. Trust me. So I get it. But God, and see, she gonna put that rest of the buffet in the red. They don't want you to eat that much. It's all you can eat, yes, but contrary to popular belief, they don't want you to eat all their food. I saw that in a documentary. I'm sorry, not at a. In a documentary where I think it was a football team, not the NFL. It was like a local, maybe a church or a store have a team competes. They went in anyway. They went in to eat, and the buffet. I think they got a competitive eater got banned one time because he was eating so much. He was training, and when you train, you do have to put away as much food as possible. But as far as the football team goes, it's like the staff kept looking at him like, how much is they gonna eat? Are they ever gonna leave? It's like you, because it's a one-time fee when you eat there. They're not charging you for every plate. You see what I mean? That's why I said it's the opposite. They don't want you to eat that much, even though it's a all-you-can-eat buffet. You pay, between 8? Because things have gone up now because of the pandemic. So I'm guessing. This is a long balling in here. I guess about $8, between $8 and maybe even $20 to eat. And if the whole team, which is probably if one person paid, that's probably like $100, like 5-10 guys, and you're all eating like 10 plates because you're extreme athletes. You know what I mean? They're gonna be looking at you like, what the heck? You might get banned. So it's not far-fetched to see this happen. Like, oh, it's wrong. You can argue that. Like, what? Who gets kicked out of a buffet? Trust me, it's not far-fetched. Like I said, and then the competitive eater, I saw he was in the documentary too. He got banned. He was eating so much. He ate about that much because they enter those competitions like on the flyer I actually had with eat 1,000 scoops of ice cream. Look on YouTube. I'm telling you, it's all over YouTube. The competitive eater, it's a genre. On YouTube, you got them. They doing it for a living. Some people now, a living. I mean, you go, okay, we eating contests, stuff like that. Win $1 million, win $1,500. Hey, next thing you know, hey, we want you to try our eating challenge. Now you're getting sponsored videos. They do it for a living. She could become a competitive eater though, if she ate that much. I guarantee she should enter that. She could win that contest. I wonder if that's gonna happen in the game. He took a quick look around, but there was no sign of Hitomi. Before leaving, though, he figured he'd at least take a look out the windows. The huge glass panes looked out onto Dogenzaka. He had a decent view of the roads, but didn't spot a blue minivan. Archie dropped his gaze to the sidewalk outside the building. Oh! He let out a tiny gasp. Even 4 stories up, there was no mistaking what he saw. A group of black-clad foreign men had gathered outside the building. Had they figured out that he and Hitomi were inside, he needed to find her, and fast. He raced out of the restaurant, alert for trouble. Boom! Keep out! Alright, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. My name is Raven from the Sky. If you enjoyed the episode, do me a favor and drop a like and subscribe to the channel and the series grow. Take care, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Peace.